The Grand Hall is situated wonderfully in Montgomery's Pine Curtain. We're like a little nestled, beautiful, rustic, elegant venue we're really founded on a family business, a family legacy here. We have a history of family tradition here, and our venue is family run. So you have a lot of creative freedom here. There's a lot of specificity that you have. We're not a machine. This isn't a corporation. We do this together with you, and it's really a hospitable experience, and we thrive on good old Southern hospitality. That's kind of one of our pillars of the venue. So we've got the ceremony barn outside, but it is covered, and so you're protected from the, ever-changing Texas weather. Our capacity here is 200 to 250 inside. We've got a fire pit, and we've got 2 fireplaces outside, some mingle space, a beautiful wraparound porch for cocktail hour. I've seen many guests, do bar height tables outside and have like a nice kind of mixed space that kind of flows from the reception area into the barn. We just recently put in a brand new groom suite. Until then, I don't know what grooms were doing. They got to, pitch a tent in the woods, but now we have a brand new groom suite, fully decked out, TV, poker table. It's got everything that you would need. It's made out of a shipping container, so that's a big draw for a lot of grooms with their own man cave here on site. We have a bridal suite on site. It is inside the main reception hall. It's far enough away from the groom suite. I like to say, the brides have their own space kind of at the entrance. It's a beautiful, decked out, lots of light, lots of mirrors. Their space is up front, and then the groom's space is far enough away so no one's running into each other. The grooms are near the ceremony chapel, so they're where they need to be. Groomsmen like to wander. So what I love about our venue is that it doesn't look like anything else. I see a lot of venues kind of start to look the same and mirror each other. We are very eclectic. We are our own space. We are not trying to be anything else. There are so many natural areas to take photos, so many inlets of the woods, the ponds, the fountains. There's lots of landscaping, lots of outdoor natural space here for couples to take photos. I just kind of describe us as a bunch of pine curtains with some fabulous chandeliers in the midst of all of it. So if you can kind of picture that, that's what we are, We're very excited to be doing a styled shoot with Visit the Venue. It's a great way for us to show off the venue and give potential brides and grooms an idea of what it could be. The venue is very flexible, and can really tailor it to your own taste. I've seen so many different styles come and go, and this is a good way for us to show how we can make it different with each time and kind of show off a way to kind of make it special. And I feel like something that I come across with brides and grooms a lot, that they come to me with questions or concerns about timeline. And I feel like the biggest myth in this whole industry is that you need a whole year to plan a wedding. You don't. I can do it in a month. I can say that because I did my own in 2 months. My wife and I lived in California. We got married in Charleston, and I planned it in the height of COVID during 2 months. I feel like at this point I can do anything, and I see a lot of couples come in terrified, thinking they need a whole year, and that's just not the case. You really can. We got everything we wanted and more. There were many times we wanted to just elope and make it really easy, but no, it's possible, and I think there's a way to do it in such a way and get everything you want and not have to prolong it out of fear. And that would be my big advice, and I tell that to almost all of my potential brides and grooms. And one really exciting thing we have just added to our website at grandhalltexas.com is a virtual tour, and you'll see it's a big banner, can't miss it, across the top of our website. And then on that tour links also a link to come and book an in-person tour with me. Very simple. My calendar is right there. Pick a date, time, and I'm here. Would love to come out and help you make the wedding of your dreams come true.
We are a cake studio that creates unique designs to reflect the personal style of the bride and groom. We begin with a cake tasting and a design consultation where you share your vision and have all of your questions answered. Bring us details about your wedding and we'll create the perfect cake for your celebration. On the big day, we will carefully deliver your cake to be picture perfect. Bring any details, the flowers that they're going to use, their color palette. The venue is always helpful. Knowing the style or theme of your wedding can can be very helpful in creating a cake just for that particular couple. The best time is 6 to 8 months in advance. A lot of details might have been decided already, so they have some information to bring me that will help me design their cake with them. If they don't know what flavor they want, that is okay. We start out with 6 different flavor combinations, so a combination of cake plus the filling and buttercream. I will bake anything. It's an infinite amount of cake flavor combinations. So we start out with those 6, and oftentimes in the last couple years, champagne cake with surprisingly, a lot of people choose strawberry buttercream, but apricot buttercream pairs really well with champagne cake. And then, of course, chocolate is always a popular one, and white almond. White almond for wedding cake is always a good option. It's a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves white almond cake. Everybody loves wedding cake because you only get it at weddings. You only get the 4 layers of cake with different buttercream that you don't normally get when you purchase a birthday cake from the bakery. Yes, everybody loves wedding cake. Even people who do not eat dessert will have a little bit of wedding cake. Even if they share the piece, they will always want a little bit of wedding cake because you only get it at weddings. They can reach me through my website. There's a contact page. They can reach me through direct messaging on Instagram or Facebook. The Facebook page is also My Sugar Wishes. Email is connie@mysugarwishes.com. The website is the best place. Yes.
So it's been about 3 years now. It just hit me one day that this is what I should be doing out of nowhere. Literally just like that. I went to my husband and I said, I want to do this. And he said, let's do it. I thought it was something small. And I thought, well, what can make me a little different than everybody else? Because when I started doing the research and everything, I noticed that there was a lot of amazing florists out there. So I was like, what can I do? And so I decided to start out doing faux. So for about the first year, I only did faux. And then I started thinking about, expanding and doing different things. And I thought, well, why not offer both? And so that's really put us out there, I think. It's just the combination of doing both faux and fresh. If, we've done some weddings that are all fresh, and that's fine. We do some that are completely faux, but almost, I would say 85% of the time, it's the combination of both of them that people like. So how it works is anything you hold and touch, you keep, whether it's faux or fresh. So your bouquets, boutonnieres, corsages, everything like that, it's theirs and it's customized for them. If they do decide to do something faux, like a large installation, things like that, it's customized for them, but on a rental basis. So it is cheaper in the long run. It's not something that you just go and purchase that's already made a certain way. It's customized too, which makes it even more great. And if we do a combination of both the faux and the fresh, what's great is that our team really tries to make sure that it looks seamless, so you can't really tell a big difference. So exciting news, we're almost at our 1-year anniversary for our shop that we have located in Richmond. We're right in between Katy and Sugar Lands. Love it there, it's amazing. The whole front half of the store is great because we keep a lot of just different looks there, and we love doing consultations there. So we do offer both. If people don't want to travel out, if they're a little far, they can always call us, do Zoom, whatever. But our couples love coming to our shop because we can do little mock-ups while we're there. Even if they don't want to do the faux, being able to see the color combination so many times, our brides will tell me, I want mauve and pink, and then they realize, oh, I don't want mauve at all. I want plum purple, So it gives us a vision for what they want, but also for themselves. All the back of the store is just where I say all the magic happens. It's a mess all the time, but we love it, and it's where we have all of our faux stuff, where we do all of our fresh and things like that. So the design for today, we decided to do pink tones, but with magenta, which I think is really fun because I love color, so the pop of color is just great. This time, I decided to do something a little different where I did more fresh than faux. Pretty much all the time we do a lot of faux because people always want to see what it looks like, but this time I thought, why not? Let's just do it all fresh and just show people that we can do that too. Knowing for us, one of the big things is once we see the space, that always helps us know, what's going to look great or not. This venue in particular has so many beautiful aesthetics. So one of the fun things we did behind me, I don't know if you can see, is the little chandelier just hanging some little carnations there, something really simple but super, super fun. I've been wanting to do that for a while now, so as soon as I saw all the beautiful chandeliers, I was like, okay, we have to do this. Having fun with nature, like the rustic, but yet make it look really elegant. They can give us a call at 713-416-8956. But honestly, what's easier is just going to our website. They can schedule consultations. Our calendar shows who all's coming. So we do consultations every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to about 7 or 8 o'clock. Usually consultations take about an hour. They can go in there and schedule exactly when they want to come in, either come in or on the phone. Big thing for brides, it's really difficult when they don't have a vision, but if they don't, just give us a heads up. If you really have a hard time knowing like what you want, even colors, it's okay. Let us know, because then we can show different looks and kind of get ideas. If you do know your colors, especially if you have little swabs of like your material, your bridesmaids, please make sure you bring it and show it to your florist. That helps us so much. So show us kind of like 3 different looks of what you really like, and we're going to make that combination work, make it beautiful for you, and then, you know, pull stuff that you really like out of those.
So we've been in business for 10 years now, doing hair and makeup for mostly weddings. I mean, we do big events as well, quinceañeras, any special event. We're a team of 6, so whether you have a large bridal party or small, we can take care of it. We have a studio and we'll be opening this month in the Heights, but we go on location. Most weddings take place at the venue, so we'll go to the venue, unload our stuff, and take care of the bridal party there. So our booking process is pretty simple. You go online, you can select a save the date. You put all your details on there, and from there we'll send you a custom quote of the pricing and how many people you need on the team to show up and take care of your bridal party. So I really do recommend a trial, because some people have certain expectations. You know, they might want to have a really glam look, but when they see it in person, it just looks completely different. So the trials are for you to be like photograph and see like how you look. It's really important that you feel comfortable with the makeup you choose. You definitely want your makeup to be a lot more dramatic. You might look more dramatic in person, but when you take these photos, it kind of like washes it out. It shows about 70% of it is washed out in photography. So we have to like amp things up. That way it looks like you actually have makeup on that day. So we offer 2 types of makeup. We offer traditional, which is your cream-based makeup, and airbrush. Airbrush makeup lasts a lot longer. I always recommend that for brides. It's more lightweight and now has built-in sealers. So if you were to tend up to like tear up a little bit, cry, sweat resistant, so it lasts all day up to 16 hours. So this is my favorite kind of makeup. So for her dress, I always like to look at the dress. You know, I base the style off of the dress. My recommendation, she had like a more classy dress. So I'm like, you know, we want to think timeless. So that's why I chose the waves versus like a, you know, an updo or something, because the back of it's really pretty. You know, you want to show off the whole dress. So, and for the eyeshadow, I basically just asked what color her wedding was at the florals. I saw I had pinks in it. I'm like, okay, so how can I represent that in her makeup? So I looked at the flowers. I'm like, okay, well, let's add pink in there. And it just turned out really well. I definitely do recommend the trials. It's not only how you see how we do the makeup, it's when you get to meet, you know, us in person to see if we click. You know, I always say it's important, you know, being in the industry for so long, I've been doing it for 10 years, we can get your look on, you know, we can get your look done. It's such a stressful day. I really recommend you get along with who's going to be on your team. You know, you choose your bridal party, your bridesmaids, and it's really important that you connect with somebody. You know, we kind of set the tone in the morning. You know, we go in there, you know, we're all having a good time. I feel like if you pick your bridal party, you choose those women for a reason. It's like, it's really important to make sure your artist is someone you're vibing with, because we kind of set the tone for the morning. We set up a schedule as well. I know when it comes to weddings, strict schedule. So we want to make sure that your artist has experience with this and make sure your wedding, you're not running late for it. So yeah, it's the booking process. I've had it like built to make it easy for the bride.
I've been photographing families and children since early 2000. Didn't get into wedding photography, however, until 2018. Once upon a time, I actually said I would never do wedding photography, but then I was hired by friends and family and fell in love with just the joy, the absolute joy and happiness that incurs on a wedding day. My photography style, I'm not light, bright, and airy, but I'm also not really dark and moody either. I kind of fall somewhere in between. It really has a lot to do with the aesthetics of a wedding. Of course, if the colors are bright and citrusy, I'm probably going to edit a little more on the lighter side. Of course, if it's a winter wedding and the colors are jewel tone, then I'm going to edit with a little more contrast. So it really has a lot to do with the couple's aesthetics and colors and just all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into the decor. I think I look at all of my clients from the standpoint of they're all nervous in front of the camera, because I am personally nervous in front of the camera. Also, that's why I like to be behind the lens. So I'm just always giving a lot of reassurance, lots of helpful, tips on where they can place their hands, their body language, movement. And movement is probably key to my photography. I really love to give prompts versus poses, even though it's somewhat staged. Their response to that prompt is very organic and natural to who they are. I was really excited to be here. It was just a really big honor to be invited to be the photographer for the day. It's funny because I'm a dog lover. I hope that showed. But yes, more and more of my clients are incorporating their dogs into photography. I feel like I've probably shot more dogs in 2023 than I did in 2022. I think it's really important that it's not just a transaction online. So many folks these days are quick to just sign a contract, an e-contract, and send over a payment. But get on the phone. Make sure that you're the right fit for one another. I think it's important to see their face, put a name with a face, hear the cadence of their voice. If the photographer is with you, a shadow for you on your wedding day, and it's important that you don't hate them. I can be reached. I've got a website, Instagram, Facebook. I also have an email. I feel like that is probably most conducive for me to stay organized. It's mandyroachphotography@gmail.com.